Hello, I'm Babe, and I'm a Phase Light client. And we're here to let you know what Phase Light has to offer everyone.
Phase Light is a place that you can come that is safe, it is nurturing, it's loving, you get hugs, you get spa treatments, and nobody's afraid to touch you here or hug you.
Knowing that there was a Phase Light treatment coming on that day, any day of the week or whatever, it was like the light at the end of the tunnel.
Phase Light is a community. It is a support system for people that have no other support in what they're going through. It's a place where people can meet up together and talk about the experience of having cancer and what it means to their family and what it means to them financially, anything and everything from A to Z that they're not able to express to anyone else. They're able to come here, they're able to be supported, they're able to be understood, and they're able to be helped as well.
Nobody's ever addressed the people that really need it the most, the people that are already battling cancer. Everybody's interested in research, but what about those people that already have it and really, really need to have the care and the love and the attention? And she's addressed that with this, and it's so unique and it's so refreshing to see people really enjoy giving to people and receiving that love.
There's a peace here, and it's hard to describe because when you have cancer, it's with you all the time.
From the moment I walked in that door, Vicki put her arms around me, and I got the biggest smile from her. And it was, I knew I was in the right place. It was great.
It's the most relaxing the feeling to walk in here. I just tell them that it's just, you'll just feel like serenity as soon as you walk in. The music, the people, the love, it's hard to explain. You really have to experience it.
Within days of my being informed of my diagnosis, I called Vicki. And it was a blessing that I did, because not only has this place helped me in my new life, but it's just helped me through my friend to come to realize what true friends are, who know about breast cancer, who've been through it, and who've had an opportunity to feel the healing hands that exist in this place.
Sometimes he gets really lonely, he gets, there's not a lot of socialization, and he actually looks forward to coming here. It's like a day of not going to clinic, or a day that he can say, I'm going to Phase Light. It's more than just a treatment center. It's a social center where he can actually come and talk to other people. He can share his journey and just talk about day-to-day things. And they are everyone here is very open to him. And that's one thing I get a sign of relief.
It's helping not just one person, it's helping many, many people. And it doesn't matter what kind of cancer you have. It doesn't matter where you're from. They just bring everybody in, and then they help everyone. They make you feel like you're a better person. And not only a better person, but that you have a willingness to be somebody out there in this world and to be able to give something to someone too.
We've had patients say after their Phase Light visit, it's the first time they've been really able to relax, maybe since their diagnosis or since their hospital stay. If the patient doesn't feel like they want the service, they'll offer it to maybe the primary caregiver, which could be the husband, wife, daughter. And there's times that the wife of the patient says, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was until I got that massage. And
You come here and you're greeted with a hug. You're not greeted with, well, what's going on and how bad is it? We don't dwell on what's bad. We dwell on what's good here. And everything is positive. It needs to be.
When you think of cancer or places that deal with cancer patients, you fully expect people to be miserable and wallowing in self-pity and stuff. But that it is just the absolute opposite spectrum at Phase Light, and it's just it always moves me how I come in here. This place is so full of joy and peace, and the people that the clients that come in are just, they know how to celebrate life, and it's just amazing. It's impossible to leave this place in a bad mood. Impossible.
Hi, I'm Vicki Weiss, and I'm the founder and director of Faye's Light, a nonprofit organization that provides free ongoing spa services and other holistic therapies to men and women who are in active treatment for cancer. These services complement their medical care and include massage, facials, manicures and pedicures, Reiki, guided meditation, creative art, restorative sound therapy, and hypnosis, and all of the services are provided at no fee to the recipient. Faye was my mother, who passed away from lung cancer that had metastasized to her brain and liver, and I had the privilege of being her primary caretaker for her 18-month journey with cancer. As I watched my mom and others going through their cancer treatments, what I came to know in my heart was that what was missing was that loving touch, the one-on-one with others. Touch is so powerful, and that's the goal. Everyone who shows up here, most of the people who work here are volunteers, and everyone who shows up, they know for the time period that they're here that all they want to do is provide loving touch to everyone. So a facial is more than just a facial, a massage is more than just a massage, a pedicure is more than just a pedicure. Everyone is receiving the intention all of those technicians and practitioners have in their touch. And really, that's what it is. It's unconditional love, showing up and providing unconditional love to all of these people who come here and trust us. And the unconditional love is what changes everything.
Cancer patients get treated maybe, in a hospital setting, very clinically, and maybe by strangers as an outsider or something, because they look different sometimes. And, none of that happens here. We just treat them like people, not sick people, just people like you and I, and they're, and with love and compassion, and, so I think, and they feel that when they walk in the door, There's nothing but good stuff flowing around here, and I think that's, it helps them get from treatment to treatment, or, from A to B.
You're not your disease. You're your like true self. I don't know how to explain that. You can leave that out there, the tension, the everything, and just come in here and be and breathe and relax.
Faye's Light is a place of peace. And for many, to be diagnosed with any kind of cancer tends to take away one's peace. And this place is able to give that back to you. People don't always realize that when they're going through some trauma, that there are times that they may not think something as someone giving you a facial or a massage or painting your nails or just rubbing your feet will add to your healing process, and it does.
And somebody came in and asked if I would be, if I wanted a massage, and I thought, well, sure, I want a massage. Who doesn't want a massage?
At a hard point during your treatment, and you know that you have an appointment scheduled with Faye's Light, it's something to look forward to. It's a way to get out of the house without going to the hospital or the doctors. And I mean, it's just, you know that you're able to go someplace, and you know that you're going to someplace that's, you're going to feel relief and feel comforted and just supported through your process.
You're going to get massaged, you're going to get your fingers done. I think people they know you're not going to break, so they're going to touch you. I went through this with my grandma, and nobody touched her. So I think that's so important for a human being to be touched.
It's a hands-on experience. And when they put their hands on you, it's with a great deal of care and love. And you feel it. It comes right through. And it kind of changes your day.
And the fact that it's here for the asking, And not even for the asking, it's almost thrust upon you. It's, here, I want you to feel better, and I want you to, take advantage of this, and what can I do for you? It's something that I've not used to having ever been in my life, to be so caring from so many people that I've never met before.
After the whole treatment was over and the lights were up again, she looked up at me and she looked into my eyes, and her eyes were beaming, just beaming with happiness, because she was able to be lifted from her hospital bed, and that the bad experience of what these people go through.
There's other people that just come and sit in your chair, and it's a safe place for them, and they're not being poked and prodded by needles, and they just lay down, and I put my hands on them, and they just start crying. Some people, and that's not, but in a happy way,
You come here for a treatment, a massage or a Reiki treatment. It's peaceful, and it takes you away from the fight that you have to fight every day. And it is with you 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's always there. So it's a great help. It just does help you relax.
To come here and to have a pedicure done, it's not just the fact that someone's just working you on your feet, it's the sharing between you and the tech. And the tech yesterday just shared some awesome things with me that it just made me feel much better about myself. So it wasn't just the fact that I was coming in and getting a service, but she touched my heart with some things that she said that made me feel really good.
Here at Faye's Light, we ask everyone who enters to remove their shoes, and we have little booties for them to put on their feet, help them feel at home when they come in. Once they're in, we ask them to just make themselves at home. A great sense of community is formed among our guests who come here. A lot of times when they come in, some people are shy and they may want to sit out here by themselves for a while, which is fine. And while others are in at the kitchen table, all sharing their snacks and their stories with each other. And then the people who were shy, all of a sudden after 2 or 3 times being here, they may come in without wearing their wig this time or their hat this time, or they'll come out of the treatment room and not put it on and say how good and freeing it feels. And all of a sudden they're in there telling their stories and sharing their time. And many of the people that we have, they form their own bond, their own sense of community. Everyone in here their cancer might not be the same, but they're all going through a similar experience, and they care about each other. They ask each other about their treatments, and some things are common ground, which is great, and other things are brand new. So they realize it's not just me going through this. There's other people going through something, and what they're going through is just as hard for them as what I'm going through.
It gives some people more of a sense of that there's more out there for them. I mean, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and that they have friends here.
Then you find cancer patients helping other cancer patients, or people that come in and may be down and think, oh, and then they're the ones that are helping who's got a worst case scenario. They're making them feel better. So, it's amazing to watch it all transpire, to sit, and then just the friendships and the connections that they make amongst themselves.
You're going to have days, no matter, it doesn't matter how strong you are, or that doesn't matter when you're going through this. Your body goes through what it goes through. So if you come to a place like this, it really does help you get through everything that you're feeling, and there's so much sickness, and even emotionally you are just so exhausted from the worry, what are you going to do, everything, especially if you have a family. I was constantly worried about the kids. But here there was a...
I think what she's trying to say is that Faye's Light gave her an opportunity to take a break from her cancer for a few minutes. It enabled her to come and be in an environment that wasn't a hospital, it wasn't sterile.
Right,
it was
exactly.
Very welcoming. It felt like you were coming home. It felt like you were among
friends. I look forward to just coming into the building.
You're not alone, because a lot of people are going through the same thing you're going through, and everybody has their own story, so you get to talk about the stories, you get to encourage one another.
The people in Faye's Light are there as a family. They're there to help you feel better, to make your life just a little bit easier for those short time frames when you're able to be with them.
What it meant to us was it was a place where my grandma could go and she could feel happy, because when you have cancer, you're sad and down and you're in pain all the time. And every time my grandma would come to Faye's Light, she would be excited about her appointment, and she would get dressed and she'd put makeup on, and it wasn't even just the treatments that she would receive here, it was the sense of community. The people that she met, they were her friends until the day that she died.
Cancer patients kind of feel they've been left out of things. Cancer patients feel isolated. A lot of times they're afraid even to tell their families, and some of them don't. So Faye's Light provides an opportunity for them to come out of their shell, to realize that they're accepted, they're loved, and cared for.
Everybody has so much knowledge about everything, whether it's the people given the treatments or the people that have cancer. They've been through it, they've done the drugs, they can talk openly here. And I think because we're not relatives, it's a safe place for them to open up and tell their story or tell what's going on.
The kitchen table, that's a very healing place in my opinion. There's a lot of talk that goes on there, a lot of things that people can't necessarily say to a non-cancer patient, because a lot of times people don't know how to respond when someone's talking about their cancer. But here, they know how to respond. They know how to walk you through it and give you answers. The magic of Faye's Light is its clients that come in, and really they heal each other a lot. It's a wonderful community that I think a lot of traditional or medical situations just, you can't get it, what you can get over a cup of coffee here.
Cancer can consume you, and I refuse to let it be something that keeps me imprisoned. You know, even when you get doctor's reports and these numbers come at you and all of the things you may not know everything about, but when you come here, these are people who genuinely have compassion. They know about the disease. They can take just the smallest thing that may be bringing you down and turn it around. So you just put all of those ugly things that you think about in a basket, and you just throw those things away, and it gives you energy. It's so refreshing, and you know that you have more hope, and you have those things that you want to do. You can go about doing them and not let your aches and your pains, you know, your burdens, your medical bills, and you know, the doctor's statements and the nurses. You don't have to worry about those things upsetting you, that you have a life, and that life is worth living.
Here at Faye's Light, we have this beautiful garden around the corner here that we tend. It's an organic garden, or as organic as possible. And the thought of the garden came from one of our past recipients who had been with us almost 6 years, who last November passed, and we dedicated the garden to her this spring. Her idea was that I would make salads and different things to bring in for them, to teach them how to eat healthy at home and show them that it could taste good and be simple to make. That if we had our own garden, we could then share our own organic garden, that then we could share the food with them, show them how to make it at home, but share it with them, because many people can't afford it or they just don't know what to do with it.
The food with the kale,
The
you
organic
get,
garden, they give us kale every
I'd go home
bags
with bags,
of
so
kale.
that helped me start with making juices and shakes, and that made me feel 100% better.
Another beautiful service we offer here at Faye's Light is being able to offer the caregiver of our recipients one professional service a month as well, at no charge to them. From firsthand experience, I know what it's like to be a caregiver, with my mother's journey for 18 months with cancer, and then also my significant other who had leukemia, and I was his caregiver for most of 5 years. So there were many times that I would give anything for someone to come in and offer a service to me. We get so busy taking care of everybody else, you forget to take care of yourself. It isn't even that you forget, you just don't have time for it. It's not on the agenda. You walk such a fine line and you get so frail, and a lot of time the caregivers think that they're taking away from someone else. Once they come in and get the experience, they're back every month while they can to get it, and it really does make a difference in their lives.
I just feel that it's a great service that they do for the patients and the family members, the caregivers. I've had the opportunity to come here and have different treatments, massage, pedicure, manicure. I think that it's just a wonderful thing that they're doing for the family as well as the patient.
I wanted this physical space that we have for Faye's Light so that we could provide a true home, a healing center, a place where people could feel comfort, love, and support, and that's it. When someone comes and interviews with me, a volunteer to provide their services here, the first thing I tell them is that when you come here, you check your personal beliefs, any of your judgments, any of your other beliefs at the door, because your goal here is to only provide unconditional love and support to our guests while they're here. Our therapists do that, and that's another part of what makes this so beautiful and so unique are the therapists here. They stand in their integrity. We all stand in our integrity, and that filters out to the people who are receiving the services. That's what helps make it feel so unique and such a loving space. If I didn't have the therapists that I have, things would be a lot different. So they make it a success. I owe so much to them for coming here. Many of the therapists that I have been with me 5 and 6 years. They just love coming. We have about 25 volunteers at this location. So they create the energy, but I do really stay on top of them to make sure that they know we don't give advice on medical treatment. We don't give any advice. So really, that brings it down again to just that unconditional love.
When the people come here to Faye's Light, they just get love. And we in turn receive love as well. And so it's an exchange of just good, positive, loving energy. And that's where the healing is.
When you're sitting there holding somebody's hand, you're actually, you're so tuned into them. And it's really like being a psychologist or a sounding board. So people come in and they're maybe not feeling so great that day. But after we have a few laughs and, their toes are better, their hands are better, it's the human touch, I think, the contact, that it really benefits both of us.
I must say, the therapists are they are so excellent, they are so good, and they also have a inner peace with them as well, I love the fact that they're not, in other words, I've had a lot of massages, okay? But I've never had that kind of experience like I have here. It's not just the mechanics. It is in their soul. And I think Vicki chooses them so wisely. And we all, as clients, we benefit from all of that.
Unconditional love that shows people that have cancer that there are others that care about them from the bottoms of their heart.
It keeps me grounded. I always walk in here thinking, my stupid problems, or I put them in quotations, and all the blah, blah, blah I have to do. And by the time I end my day, I don't have any problems.
And as a cancer patient, you don't have a lot of moments during treatment where you're experiencing joy and you're away from the pain and away from the day-to-day, decisions and fears that you face. So this is a place of escape and of warmth and embrace, and it's just an amazing gift that we give to our patients.
When you come to Faye's Light and you have someone giving you a massage or giving you a Reiki treatment or even a pedicure or a facial, they're here and they're giving you their treatments from their heart. They're volunteering their abilities to make you feel better, and knowing that it's coming from their heart, it touches yours, and it just is an awesome feeling that you feel so much better as a person.
And I see people at my table. I see the 6-year-old kid come in here to play. I see them not sick, not anything. They're just a human being. Come in here, sit down, and play.
And I've never met so many people that are facing serious situations. And they're so full of life. They really are. You know, we don't really say how you doing, or, you know, nothing like you could answer yes or no, or great to see you today. You know, it's wonderful that you could be with us. But it's joyful.
Yes, they lay down on my massage table and relax, but most of them, they have nobody to tell their story to. They just want to talk, and they just want somebody who listens. So that's my job as a therapist, is to ease their physical pain, but also give them an outlet to express whatever they want to express, tell their story, and that's why I keep coming back, and that's why I volunteer, because I love hearing people's stories.
I think that most of the patients that come here leave here with such a grateful heart that someone, you know, such as Vicki, who founded Faye's Light, has created this haven for them to come to and receive treatments for free, so there's no worry of payment. And you know, the therapists are all extremely well trained and give their time and their energy and their warmth and love to the patients.
The people are incredibly grateful. They are grateful more than they can express, and they say things like, "You helped me in a way that nobody has helped me yet in my experience, in my cancer experience. You were able to understand what I'm going through, and you were able to get close to me and just put your hands on me and not have a thought of you're sick or you are withdrawn or anything else that the people don't understand."
Faye's Light is a peaceful, healing joy to work for.
Making a difference in someone's life, giving back to the world, making the world a better place. You know, that's make people forget, bring them peace, you know. I just think that's what our job is.
Initially, there was a lot of resistance to get Faye's Light set up in a clinical setting. It took 2.5 years for us to get this approved at our first hospital because they were afraid of us touching people. Once that hospital started, though, and they received all the positive press and the support from the community, within 7 months we started at our second hospital, and after that, now we have hospitals calling us, wanting us to bring our programs to them.
Doctors were a little bit threatened sometimes about what these were and how they worked, but when their patients reported back to them all the different programs they were involved in, they really started to come around, the doctors did. And actually what has happened since we began the program was that finally doctors, as well as social workers always knew, but it wasn't just the treatment of chemo, radiation, but rather the psychological aspects that encompassing the whole person, that their personalities and their thought processes were certainly just as involved as their physical body. And so now it's become very, when people are being accredited, they're actually being looked at as providing these services. So it's come a long way.
It's different than any other cancer support center. A lot of people aren't aware, they don't know that they have different options other than chemo and radiation, and this gives them more options. It just lets them know that there's something else out there above and beyond Western medicine. It's just an addition, an alternative to, a complement to the treatment plan that they're already going through.
This was a totally new concept for Ingalls, for the inpatient unit, to have an outside people to come and offer these kind of treatments, free of cost to the families, to the patient. We see people that sometimes nobody even comes to visit, and a Faye's Light employee comes in and offers a massage or Reiki, and that person really feels like somebody cares about them. When we first started, complementary treatments were not as popular as they are now. We had to talk to the physicians and let them know what was going to be happening, but once the physicians got feedback from their patients, they realized what a great service this was, something they would never think of offering, and you don't have to pay for it. Patients, once they've had the service, they're asking for it again. We're looking at pain control all the time, and we're looking at things other than medication. We're looking at positioning, comfort measures we can offer that are non-medication. And CMS, which is Medicare, mandates that we control our patients' pain. The hospitals are actually reimbursed on the patient satisfaction scores in that area. Something like Faye's Light is definitely an addition that hospitals or clinics could use to help their patients control their pain.
People just absolutely loved it, and they would almost be transformed when they came out of the sessions. And I had a couple of men who actually called me because their wives were so overwhelmed with their diagnosis that they couldn't even bring themselves to move, to do anything, and the husbands didn't know what to do. So they made the appointments for them, they brought them, and there was such a transformation when the women came out of the sessions, or they just were glowing.
You know, back when I was doing therapy, one of the key terms that we used was universality, and that's a key of belonging. You know, it's everybody's in it for the same thing, the universal feeling. And that's what you get here at Faye's Light. People that come in here with any type of cancer, it doesn't matter what the type of cancer is, they know that they're coming into a facility, number one, where it's unconditional love. Number two, there are other people who are going through similar things as they are. So they understand the pain. They understand the silence. They understand phrases like chemo fog, you know. You can't get that anyplace else. You have to be amongst your peers. And in this particular case, it's folks who do have some type of cancer. As sad as that might be, you know, the benefit of that also is helping other people. So you can be as sick as a dog. You come in here, you're helping somebody else. And it's just a chain all the way down the line. So it's a beautiful thing.
As a nonprofit organization, we are funded entirely by donations. The beautiful space that we provide all of our services in here with 5 treatment rooms and kitchen, a beautiful setting for them. This was a donated space to us by Dwayne and Nancy Kaminsky, and we're very lucky to have that, but we also need other support. We need financial support. It costs, you know, just like any business, costs a lot of money to run an organization, and we feel very proud of this organization. Our goal is not to franchise Faye's Light, but to get our concept out there, teach others in their own communities through our concept how to create something similar, a similar program, whether they're a hospital or a cancer support center, a day spa. They can do it 1 day a month, 5 days a week. We can teach them how to build this awareness, how to give this gift in their own community. And we're calling these little centers then points of light. So our goal is to get these little points of light on a national level and really allow a change, because what we do is so unique. I haven't found any organization that does what we do to the extent we do, which is to offer these free treatments week after week through the person's entire active treatment time. So some people we see every week for 9 months, that's an average, but we've had many people with us 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and that's almost every week they're receiving a free professional service. So funding is really important for this, but the goal is not just for us here at what we'll use as a model, but it's to develop these points of light and let other communities experience something this beautiful too.
Cancer touches everybody's lives in one way or another. And Faye's Light, the theory behind Faye's Light, could eventually be a nationwide program. And if people could grasp that concept and bring it forward, everyone's lives would be touched by it in some way.
Faye's Light is involved now in a point of light expansion. It's not Faye's Light per se. The name Faye is, of course, Vicky's mom. Faye's Light. It can be any name that any community wants to call it. But for it to exist in all communities would do nothing but give back immense love and care and consideration for all communities and community leaders that really need to investigate this and have it in their communities and support it.
Vicky is, you know, she's living a promise, I think, to her mother, and you know, what a wonderful thing she's done here. I'd hate to see this not be available to people.
I just like to see Faye's Light get bigger, better. You know, I'd like it to be, you know, everywhere, because it's such a great thing.
I would really, really like to thank everybody who supports Faye's Light in whatever way they support us, because without that we would not be able to exist. There are people who provide support to us financially. There are people who who bring in snacks to leave for us. There are people who support all of our fundraising events, who give of their time, their talent. All of these people are equally important to making us a whole, and I really want to thank them all. I hope we've conveyed some of the magic that we've created at Faye's Light, and I also hope that we've inspired you to help in some way. Whether you are a donor, a volunteer, a caregiver, or a recipient, all are welcome. Thank you.
There's a lot of opportunity with Faye's Light. From a donor perspective, the opportunity to help people going forward. From the volunteer perspective, there's the joy that you receive from being able to help somebody in need. And then, of course, from the recipient's perspective, the ability to be able to be involved with people that are experiencing the same things that you are, to know that you're in a safe place and that everyone that you're involved with is there for the intended purpose of helping you feel better.
What I think is the most important aspect of Faye's Light is that it's a proactive way of looking at dealing with cancer. Yes, we need a cure. I agree. I know there's organizations out there that rally for a cure, that, you know, fundraise for cures. Wonderful, fine. I love it. But in the meantime, what do? Faye's Light is what we do. Again, proactive way of looking at something being done now. Right now, this day, these people can come through these doors and get the most amazing love and care from these amazing people. And I'm honored to be part of Faye's Light.
It's like you join the cancer club, and then there's just all sorts of things that go on inside of there. This being one of them, and this being really the most important one for me at this stage.
It's been awesome. It has been quite an experience. I would say a life-changing experience for me, actually.
There's so much comfort and kindness and giving and caring at Faye's Light, and it's just one of those places you can go and get away from everything and just be in the same environment as everybody else going through treatment, and it's highly beneficial spiritually, physically, mentally, everything.
There's no judgment here. It's a place where everyone undergoing cancer treatment is welcome. You can come here and be brave. You can come here and be sad. You can come here and be grateful. It's just a place for you to come and do whatever it is you need to do and receive treatments that will make you feel better in the meantime.
You come here feeling horrible and you leave feeling wonderful. I mean, that's the only way I can put it, really, because you just feel amazing and you think, wow, you know, and you can't wait till the next time.
Faye's Light provides a comfort, thus their cancer comfort treatments. It's a great opportunity for people to share their their journey and their experiences.
It really is a very special place where they are accepted, and it gives everyone hope, and not just the people that have cancer. It's the other people that benefit as well, the people that are the caregivers, the people that are the therapists, and the people that are donating their time. It's a win-win situation for everyone.
The end result was that you feel better about yourself, you feel awesome about the people around you, and about, for me, being able to survive cancer. That's just one hell of a ride.
I would say if you need to feel loved, to find some peace in your soul, if you need just someone to hug you and just so care about you and make you feel so important, that's what you'll find at Faye's Light. Absolutely, without a doubt.